If you are being sued by a debt collector for an unpaid balance, the first thing that you're going to want to do is panic, right? I know, scary, court, jail. You think, are they going to garnish my check? What are they going to do to me? Listen, don't panic, but you are going to want to act fast because you have a certain time limit to respond to that court summons. Usually it's anywhere between 20 and 30 days, but you don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to respond. You want to respond right away within that week at least. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do. So take a breath and let's get into this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Y'all know I like to make visuals, so here's another visual. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is to read the summons very carefully, right? And I'll tell you a little bit later on why you want to read it so carefully, but it's important. Okay, so you're going to want to check for details to ensure the lawsuit is filed against you correctly, like your correct name, the correct amount, the correct court, the correct collector, creditor, everything. So you literally want to go through it. I don't recommend that you just read over it one good slow time. Like for me, when I receive those for my clients, I go over them at least 5 times, and then I have my assistant go over it because we're looking for a way to bite back. So identify the plaintiff. This will be the entity that is suing you, either the original creditor or the debt buyer, which is someone like Portfolio Recovery, those collection agencies. So of course, review the allegations. The complaint will outline the amount owed, the alleged agreement, and any supporting documentation. Now, listen, guys, whatever. Hold on, let me take this down. Now, guys, I'm going to stop there. Whatever you do, do not admit to the account being yours. I'm not telling you to say that it's not, but do not admit anything. Don't admit that I owe them $1. Don't admit that the account is yours. Don't admit anything. I don't care. Even when you get into court, you're not going to sit there and say, yeah, I owe them $5,000. Don't say it. We're going to find out why. Now let's continue. Okay. So next thing you want to do is verify the debt. Request validation under the Fair Debt Collection Practicing Act. You will have the right to request proof of the debt. Now, we will be responding and asking for a verification validation in our answer to the summons. And so next, you're going to want to check the statute of limitations. Now, each state has a different time limit for creditors to sue. Now, if the debt is too old, you can file a motion to dismiss based on the statute of limitations. So keep that in mind too, guys. Now, the next thing is do not ignore the summons. A lot of people will literally ignore the summons because you're scared. You don't know what to do. You don't want the sheriff coming to your house. Whatever the case may be, don't ignore it. Trust me. Do not do it, because if you get a judgment filed against you just for not being there, I'll tell you this, a lot of people that I know get judgments filed against them because they just did not show up. They didn't even try to fight for themselves because they were afraid and they had no idea what to do. So this is what we're here for, to show you exactly what you can do. Do not feel powerless just because, you do owe the debt. There are loopholes and ways around everything. And so if you're being sued and you don't know what to do, listen, go to my website, book your free consultation, and let me help you. Now, once again, I'm not a lawyer. I am not trying to give you legal advice. But however, I will give you some tips on what you can do, point you in the right direction. We will even assist you in your responses. Okay? Okay, now if you ignore, of course, you get a judgment by default. They'll garnish your wages, freeze your bank accounts, and things of that nature. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is file the answer. Okay, so this is definitely somewhere where we'll be happy to assist you on doing this. This is the make or break. This is going to tell exactly what's going to go in your favor and what's not going to go into your favor. So pay close attention to this. Make sure that you do this so you can get the best results possible from this. You can literally get a deletion and fees, damages and fees and things of that nature if you play your cards right in your answer. It all starts there. Now, file an answer to the lawsuit. Now, your answer should not deny or admit the allegations because at this point, they are only accusations still, even though you received the court summons. So, list defenses. So, your debt is incorrect, statute of limitations expired, identity theft, whatever. Now, when you list your defenses, this means that you should have gone over your court summons at the very least 5 times. That means that you have looked up the Fair Credit Reporting Act law of fair debt practices, and you've gone over that as well to see, and also your credit reports. And you've gone over all these things to see how any laws, any discrepancies, or anything inaccurately or questionable that they have put in that summons or that is on your credit report can help you out in that lawsuit. This is important. I cannot tell you how important it is. Now, lawsuits have been won literally all over the United States that were fair, okay, where you actually did owe the money. Doesn't matter if you owe the money. What matters is, does the plaintiff have all of their legal ducks in a row? Okay. Is there any way that they reported anything inaccurate? Did they not spell your name correctly? Are you a junior on your driver's license and social security card and birth certificate, but they did not put junior in the lawsuit? All kinds of things. Things like, can they produce the contract where they're claiming that you signed that you even owe the money? So this is why I'm telling you guys, don't get scared and just give up and not go to court, or just go to court and then start trying to explain to the judge, all the misfortunate things that have happened to you that kept you from paying the bill. Don't do that. Listen to this. So next is challenge standing, prove the creditor owns the debt, demand proof, original signed contracts, itemized statements, because the first thing that they will do, especially if it's a collection agency who's suing you, they are really good for sending you invoices and like the statements of what's owed and stuff like that. No, that's not good enough. That's not a contract. That's not a signed agreement. I want a signed agreement. As a matter of fact, go all the way back from the first time that you're saying that this account was open and send me every single statement from then on, okay? Ask for that stuff. You're going to back them up against the wall. The more you ask for, the more that you know to ask for. And the more laws that you know concerning your rights, the more you're going to back them into a corner. You can get this case dismissed, get it deleted off your credit report, and get some money. All right, so how to file, of course, you'll submit the answer to the court before the deadline. Send a copy to the creditor's attorney or registered agent via certified mail. Listen, you're going to want to do this as fast as you can. This way, you can stand a very good chance, especially if you make your answer good. Like I said, if you need some help with that, we're happy to help you with that. But make that answer good and really challenge and push them against the wall, because when you send the information over to their attorney, then that lets them know, hey, we have a responsive person here. This isn't a person who's just going to lay down. So this way, I've seen it happen so many times where they'll just back down, drop it, leave you alone, delete it, and sometimes even give you your fees and damages that you're going to be asking for, because everything that you're going to ask for, any damages and fees, are going to be in your answer. Okay, so if you submit that answer and you've got some supporting documentation to support the fact that you're saying that you broke this law, this Fair Credit Reporting Act violation, or whatever, I've seen it not go any further than that, and you're done. So that's why I say don't back down, don't give them an inch, stand your ground, know your rights. Okay. All right, so if there's an incorrect amount, if there are errors, request accounting breakdown, full accounting breakdown. Like I said, Fair Credit Reporting Act violations. You're going to look and list all that stuff, just like I said. So the next thing you're going to do is prepare for court. Okay, if you if your answer does not get them to back down, which if you do it right, more than likely it will. Now, but if it doesn't, then you prepare for court with all of your supporting documents and you show up at court and you stick to your guns. Now, challenge the creditor's evidence, demand the original signed contract and chain of custody. So if you are being sued by a debt collector, don't be afraid. Fight back, okay? Fight back. And if you need some assistance with that, please go to our website, book yourself a consultation. I hope this video helped you. If this video has added any value to your life whatsoever, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps the video get around to other people who may need to see it. And until the next video, bye.